What do you have to say? I ain't got shit to say. I'm the king of Perth. Come on.
I'll find my mum if she can make weight.
Who's fucking next?
Eternal MMA Uncensored.
What?
That's got to be in there.
Yeah, we'll be
In there.
episode 9.
No idea.
Fucking no idea.
Episode Josh Della, how about that?
Episode Josh. Yeah, right.
Episode King of Perth.
Episode King of Perth. Mma Uncensored. People love it. We've got Josh Della, King of Perth. Firstly, guys, if you don't know this, Josh won a fight. I interviewed him. For some reason, he went full
spastic on you.
give me fights. He was like, fuck. You finished going the first round. You're like, fuck it. I am the king of Perth, basically. And everyone is.
I ain't got shit to say.
I ain't got shit. Josh Della, what do you have to say? Hey, I ain't got shit to say.
I'm not doing it again. It's already haunting me.
That was the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
And let's fucking cut straight to the chase. What is this? This is my town. Fuck.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yes,
Disclaimer, I didn't say that.
Yeah,
this is not my
Ken put it
town.
up on the poster. I was like, this is my town. Like, I don't know legally you can do that. Like,
Yeah, I didn't quite myself.
I'm just gonna be like, Josh Della, king of the world, says, fuck everybody else. I'll fight anybody. Like, they're just making up stuff to sell fights. That's what happens. Promotion.
That was post Matt Elland when you got armbar.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, to be fair, that was after a pretty sweet first round finish, and it was a pretty one-sided fight. I mean, Matt Allen's a great fighter, but you were just on. You were just on that night, and you went, fuck it.
Sure.
I'm gonna sell some tickets for the next one.
And
I was trying to promote so I could get a fight in like a Perth-based fighter. Like no one in Perth. I don't know. It was hard for me to get a fight, so it was like.
Because they know who you are. Mate.
If I saw some ticket up there, it was like, I'm the king of Perth. I'm like, fuck this guy. I want to fight this bloke.
there's no one really. Is it what middleweights are in Perth?
Yeah, there isn't any fights, are there really? I don't know.
There is only James Wong, and he's like really at the other end of his career. Like he's just starting out.
Yeah.
So it's a big ask for him to jump in and take on the King of Perth in his first.
He's finding it hard enough to get fights anyway. He's
just such a monster.
Stop killing people.
He's a close. If you see the name James Wong, you don't think massive Fijian dude.
No,
you think little Asian dude.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I went to school with James Wong, so.
They should maybe like close his Facebook down so people can't see him.
Yeah, that's the bull. You're trying to promote yourself, but at the same time, like, hey, bro, I'm trying to get you some fights.
What happened to Brody as well? He had a pro boxing fight short notice, and then a couple of opponents were like.
Hey, that's allegedly pulling out because of that.
No, that guy actually got injured, but it shouldn't affect people. Like if you're gonna go and have the fight, it shouldn't matter what the other fella's done. If you've decided you're gonna do it,
well, that's literally what my whole career would be based on. Like, does that guy suck? I'll take him.
Your career is fine, mate. You're 0-0.
Undefeated. This is what I want to bring up with Josh straight away. We've talked about a couple of weeks about Ben just throwing you and your brother into the deep end straight away. What's your thoughts on that? Obviously, you had some tough fights early on. Same with your brother, Jack Della. No one knows. And how do you like it? Did that help your growth? Was that hard?
Yeah, I think so. I think it helped us. Like, my first fight was against Priscus, but I don't know. I went in there literally. I thought I could. Obviously, stupid of me. I thought I could go in there, land some shit, and I'd be out there with Valacham. Here I am, like, welcome to Australian MMA. But I got brought back down to earth. But I think that was a good starting one.
And also, you gave a good performance. Like even Priscus said to Jack when Jack wrestled him in the comp that it was one of the tougher fights that he's had because of your naivety, if you like. You had no fear.
Yeah.
Like you were just and you've never really. You're not like the kind of guy that gets scared of people. But you just, like, Elland and Almazi were a bit more experienced in the scene, and they were both
really known who Priscus is, yeah.
Whereas you were just like, fuck this guy, let me fucking get my hands on him.
Yeah.
But that's that, like, live by the sword, die by the sword type of shit. Like, you're gonna go, like...
Baptism of fire.
You had that, like, Matt Allen type fight. You know, with that same mentality. Maybe if you were a little bit more cautious, you're like, I don't know how we'll go. Maybe that wasn't as exciting.
That's the worst thing you can do with Priscus, because his style is going to march.
Yeah, I sort of got stuck in the mud, and I was just like landing, and I was like, fuck, I'm landing. And I keep landing, and then it's just like, here I am, I'm getting hugged by Priscus.
Absolutely monster.
Was it hard though starting your career off, obviously in loss column type thing? Is that?
Yeah, I don't know. It was like getting there. 'Cause you were in the loss. I was 0-1, and I hadn't had any amateur fights, so it was like I was like a loser. So I wanted to get in there quick. So I was like, "Man, go on, get me a fight. Let's go." But then it was like my loss was against Priscus Foganolo, and so Priscus Foganolo had this name, so it was like, "Fuck, this guy's fighting Priscus Foganolo. I don't know if I want to fight him."
Yeah.
So then it was hard for me to get fights in that regard, like even if it was a loss. So I don't know, we just like searched and we got some now.
Well, that brings up your next fight. I mean, you got Brandon Ropati, who's just fought Glenn Sparv, who is a legitimate, like, if you saw him in Bellator or the UFC in a year or two, like, no one's blinking an eye at that.
Yeah.
And Glenn Sparv just fought, obviously, Ropati. So now you're taking over Ropati. It's like your career is just fucking skipping steps. Like, are you liking
exponential growth? I
yeah.
like it.
Are you liking the speed of it?
Tell you works in the finance.
I do.
Yeah.
Let's have a look on the graph.
My career.
As long as it keeps fucking going up, it's all good.
Yeah, so do you like that you
Yeah, well, I'm here to just like make a mark as quickly as I can. Like, I don't want to just be the guy that's had like 30 fights and like had a couple wins, had a couple losses, and here just like chipping away at it. My thing was just like see what I can do straight up, see what we can do with this thing. Like, I don't know, give it a hard crack, you know.
That's like when you've got these like main event fights. I think it was co-main last one. Man, do you feel pressure in that? Like all your families coming.
I hate having main event fights because I have to wait around and sit out the back and see people coming in, getting their hand up. Like I'd rather be first up, get it done, and then sit back, watch some fights. But that's how it goes now, I guess. Until my next step, and then I'll be back on the.
No, see, if they put you in the first fight, you'd probably try and fight in the last fight. You'd be like, I'm fucking ready to go again, put it back in.
Not if he performs like he did in your
I
last one.
don't know if my last time, they won't let me.
Well, that's that fight was, man. I try to never have favourites, but obviously I was going for you because I didn't know Dan Carrot at all. I knew you as soon as I seen it. I was like, fuck, Josh got to win. Like just in my head, even though I'm trying to be unbiased, but to see the fucking elbows and to see you get cut up, what was that like? Because obviously you go from the event earlier, you know, first round finish, to this one, hard fought decision. You know,
hard fought grappling match.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
2-on-1 a little bit. Jack jumped in there for a bit. But other than that, so,
hey, come on.
but to get cut up and all that sort of stuff, like, take us through the whole range of those emotions through both those fights.
I was like, I don't know, I was just in that last round, I don't know. I just like, that whole fight, I was just stuck grappling this bloke. I don't know. At the initial grapple that we had, I was like, fucking taking grappling wise. So I got stuck in this grapple where like I'm definitely not a grappler, I'm a striker for sure. And I don't know, Ben was like, what are you doing? I was like, what am I doing? But I just like ran with it, you know, like.
Well, I was sitting with one of the refs and which is bad, I probably shouldn't have done that, but we were sitting and you easily won that round even off your back. The way you were like, just the jiu-jitsu was so aggressive, like it wasn't that like this real defensive, there's nothing else I can do. You were fucking so aggressive off your back to the point where the guy next to me, I don't want to say who it was, but he was like, won that round, you know, even off your back in those stages. What is that how you liked it?
I think that being in a ring killed that as well. Like we got heaps of we were in exchanges and in the flow of the grapple, and then you'd be in a rope, and then it'd be like, all right, get up, and then put us in the middle, and then you'd have to get up, and that would kill the energy, like of the flow of the grapple. So I'm like, there's another shit thing fighting.
It was weird. I remember you came back to the corner, and I sat you down, and I was like, Josh, what the fuck is going on? Like you could. Because the first minute or so, you were jabbing his fucking head off, and his nose was bleeding, and you went, I'm fucking tired. And I was like, shit. Like, we're a round in, and I was like, well, if you're tired, don't grapple, you know. This is like, try and get back to your strike, and then you went out, and it was just one of them nights, let's face it, you were off. Yeah, like, sure. You had an off night. Yeah. And for me, that's what makes it even better, is you had an off night, and you still
trying.
Ground out the decision. Like, we'd seen you to that point, in 2 fights with guys that you dominated. So it was nice to see you in a fight where you were having to. We found out a lot about you that night in terms of like there's no quitting you, because there was a couple of times in that third round you had your arms straightened out, you fucking busted your face open. You could have quit, like, and no one would have known you'd ever quit. Only you. would have ever.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people would have submitted in those positions.
A lot of us get stopped in that crucifix type. Like, no, it's very hard to get out of it type thing. So,
with a good grappler,
but you're even moving your hips. I don't know what if it was obviously to get him to fuck off you, or if it was just like, hey, I'm still moving.
No,
Like,
it was just I was still moving. I knew I was gonna like. I was stuck there for like 3 minutes. I was just exhausted.
I felt like
stuck
fucking 10 watching it. I was like,
and I just like I could feel the ref like getting close, and I just knew that I had to just like.
And the ref was really good. He was like, "You need to show me that you're still in this fight," and he gave you every opportunity.
Because crucifix is a weird one because it's like sometimes you can be stuck in it, just taking some elbows or some punches, but you're not out. You're just kind of not protecting yourself, which technically in the rules is when you stop a fight.
Yeah.
And a lot of fights get stopped like that.
Well, there was when Kimbo fought Roy Nelson.
Yeah.
Tough
That's
house.
exactly what I was
He
thinking.
was just like little hammer fists, and he hit him, and they had to stop him. It did nothing to Kimbo's fucking big head, but.
You're not getting fucking Roy Nelson off you.
But yeah, I thought that fight was really important for your career, you know, to grind out a win in that scenario when you weren't on fire, you know, like you weren't smoking. That you know, I was really pleased with how that went, and it was a bit of a reality check. You haven't stopped running since that.
Well, let me ask you this, man. Do you think you won that fight?
Yeah, I think I did. Like, I think I did enough in the first 2 rounds, and then even in the third round, like, I feel like I didn't think that was an 8-10. Like, I feel like he should have been able to stop me. Like, I feel like if I was in that position, I would have been able to finish him like, with a couple of shots. Like, I don't know. It was a tough one. Like, probably could have been a draw, but like,
and even if
why would you want to draw anyway? Like, fuck.
And as I said, most people take draws as losses anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, even at 10-8, we didn't get those rule changes anyway because there was a bit of controversy about that. Where they were saying it was like, oh, 10-8, 10-8.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, we're still... Because I think that was when the UFC changed their rules. And everyone in Perth thought that fucking changed our rules. And
What
that
rule
was
changes you want to make?
about how they're more willing to give the 10-8s than they used to be.
Yeah, but that can't be a rule, can it? You can't rule on someone's
Ruling
opinion.
judging, sorry, obviously. But yeah, that was the thing.
But
It's
they
like-
can give you directives, but there's no hard and fast rules. Like, you can give a 10-8 whenever you want.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was a weird, but even that whole thing and that the argument was a bit obviously skewed. But you don't want to get into that shit anyway because that's you guys
Listen,
rather
it's
just
done.
fight again
yeah,
or fight,
it's done.
move on.
I contacted their camp afterwards. You know, there was a couple of bits that they weren't happy with, and I tried to address that. And I also said, look, if any time you want to do a rematch, if you think that
I'd love to fight him again. Like, that'd probably be the best. Way
But you know what? You know, I think a lot depends on this next fight. I mean, you beat Brandon, you can forget about your Daniel Curry. You know?
But that's the thing, obviously, you've got those losses. Do you want, straight away in your mind, as a fighter, do you go, I lost that guy, I want that guy next? Or do you go, I lost that guy,
Priscus, give me Priscus. I want Jack to have Priscus.
Or is it like that?
I don't know, yeah, obviously if you lose one, you want to get it back, like, for sure. And even if Jack loses one, I want to get it back with Jack, you know, like, it's the same thing, but...
Yeah, we tried to tee up Aldin and Josh for this show, but for whatever reason it just didn't come about. But I know Josh was super
That'd
keen
been
for
good
that.
one. I would have liked that one.
I mean, I keep saying this, but I'll do that one for free.
And Aldin, I'm doing the next one. Aldin was keen as well. I mean, for him, imagine he beat both Della brothers.
Yeah.
So, like, that's massive bragging
You
rights.
come over at Christmas time.
He'd be off for Christmas card, I'm pretty sure.
But that's the thing, like, is that with your brother fighting, obviously you guys train together, but you watch the losses. You know, you see the wins, but you see the losses. What's that like for you guys as brothers? Not just
especially it was hard for like Jack because I knew how much his first 2 fights were losses, and like I see him in the gym, I train with him, like I know that like his record shouldn't be 2 losses.
Everyone in the country.
Everyone in the country, yeah. Whoever's seen him at training or done anything with him knows that he shouldn't have had 2 losses, and like that was hard. Like I was like.
Is it something you guys talk about? Like you sit at home and did you ever discuss it or?
Nah.
Because I remember seeing Jack's face when he beat Brant. Like I've never like Jack's the quietest dude. I've never seen him.
Is that the photo of him outside where he's actually showing emotion?
Oh mate, like even after
I was like, what?
He was doing the robot and fucking running around and mimicking the elbow, and I've never seen Jack.
He
like
won 2 belts and was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, so I was like, I saw that
he
photo.
did the robot out after.
He does like some little dance and walking around, strutting around.
But yeah, I could tell like the tension just went out of him for that first win because he was like Josh said, he was too good to be 0-2. I mean, it's taken him a year to get back in the positive numbers, which for a fighter was talented.
Well, that's the thing. That's 0-2. That's a year. You know, that's a whole year of training, and you got to kind of get a perfect year to get back to even. That's why I want to know, how much does that record affect your confidence or your thought on your career type thing?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, my record is like it's that one loss, it's that Priscus loss, like.
And it was your debut.
And it was a debut, so it was sort of like, I don't know, it's there, it's on the record, but it's like one of those ones that I feel like I will get back one day, like with wins.
Why didn't you take any amateur fights? Just no one would fucking fight you?
We wouldn't have got Josh a fight, and I mean, it just.
I would have done it, but it's too late now.
We can do it.
Damn.
Would you fight?
Yeah, is that the thing though?
Look, Josh, I'm not. He won't say it, but I mean, even Jack, they were too good to fight amateur, and that's not being big-headed. It's just it's got to be fair, and it's got to be proper, and it would have done no one any favours for them to fight amateur, and they were good enough to sort of go into that pro arena, and as you can tell by the records, they're good enough to hang with the people that were already cutting about in the pros, you know, and beat guys.
I would have liked to have a good 3-minute fight though. That'd have been alright. Some 3 rounds. That'd have been good.
Do you want to dabble in like boxing or some kickboxing?
I do. I would like to have a boxing fight. Or I don't know about Muay Thai. Like, I feel like you go into a Muay Thai fight. You can go out with a win, but you're gonna be fucking.
Oh yeah, you never come in a Muay Thai fight. It's never like whap. It's always like broken legs.
Yeah, man, kicking each other. You can kick me. I'll kick you.
Yeah,
I feel like boxing, like a bit more skill to it and a bit more. I would enjoy to have a boxing fight. That'd be cool. Muay Thai, I don't know. Like, it'd be cool to give a crack, just like tick one off. But
do you do much jits comps as well, or?
I just done a bit, like not really. I was a white belt for ages, so there was like no real point me doing white belt comps. I like did a couple. I've done like I had a jiu-jitsu comp not too long ago. That just like no gi. I don't really do the gi. Sometimes jump in the gi just for like a bit of fun, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I find that and I was the same with the gi. Like I found a real love for the gi recently because I don't compete anymore.
Yeah.
But as an active MMA fighter, I'd encourage the guys to spend as much time out of the gi as possible, and it's kind of going to be something that they pick up when they're not so active as fighters, I think. Because that hour spent or hour and a half grabbing the gi and all that kind of stuff would be better spent.
Well, that's like, I mean, they say, you always hear like, oh, if you do gi, it improves your no gi. Like, that's what they say. But you know what improves your no gi more? No gi.
No gi.
Like, so it's kind of like.
It's true. But there's arguments for both. And I understand. I mean, you look at someone like Mma, who still trains in the gi all the time, and he's the best.
I feel like wrestling comps are a good one to do, like, because there's jiu-jitsu guys that are sick at jiu-jitsu, but like wrestling, they're just like standing all weird and just like they don't like know how to engage the rest. Like, into the use their jiu-jitsu, and I feel like wrestling's a good one to do, like, and you're exhausted after doing
the
wrestling.
It requires.
Well, your brother's really into obviously the style wrestling. Is that? Do you like that as much?
Yeah, I enjoy the wrestling as well, and it's like I love wrestling with Jack as well. But yeah,
how good is it to have Jack? I mean, you'd struggle. Like, imagine you didn't have Jack as a training partner. We'd struggle to find you guys. You know, like especially in this gym, size-wise. You know.
Yeah, me and Jack are super lucky, like, we're both, like, just chasing each other sort of thing, like, one of us will get up in one of the disciplines, and the other will get up on one, and then we chuck it all together, we have some MMA sparring, like, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, we spoke to Jack about it ages ago.
And you just seem to not be able to hurt each other. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
So you guys know, you just, like, can fucking kill each other.
The way they spar and they don't get hurt amazes me. Like, even, we put the little gloves on and I say go 50%. And I'm talking 7 ounces, not 4 ounces. And you look over and they're elbowing each other and they're fucking...
Yeah, I've fucking seen that. I came in to like test out the little ring announcing stuff and I was like, oh, these guys just sparring. Ben's like, they're supposed to be going light. I was like, alright.
But they never seem to cut each other, they never seem to like daze each other. I think that you can only have that sort of with your brother. Well, me and my brother try to kill each other when we spar.
Well, let's see, do you have like a whole like... looking after the little brother, or like, do you guys have that dynamic in the training, or is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird when we spar. Like we're holding back, but we're not at all. Like we're able to go hard as fuck, but like we're not. it's not gonna be like cracks me. I'll be like fucking angry. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's weird when we spar. Like we are going hard to spar, but like
Yeah, you can see it to the eye that they're going super hard, but there's something like you can't put your finger on it, but there's something there that's they're keeping each other safe.
There's a reason. It's like you guys
So
are,
weird.
like, because even if you train with someone, right? Let's go Ryan Gray or something like that, who's great training partner. He's not your flesh and blood. You know what I mean? He's not. He's got his career. Where at the end of the day, you're brothers. So it's like you probably want him, and as much as Ben and everyone fucking loves you and Jack separately, like you two probably care about each other more than anyone else could. So it's like when you go into those trainings, you know how to push each other, you know, kill each other. But then that goes into how do your parents feel about you guys beating the shit out of each other?
it's Dad's fault. Dad did it to us.
Oh, it's devastating.
No, he used to love watching me and Jack play rugby. We were into rugby when we were younger. We just always playing rugby. He used to love it. Like that was his favourite thing to do was watch me and Jack play rugby. And then I don't know, rugby ended up turning. We were playing rugby, so we'd get into fights and tackle people. And then here we
I've got some
are.
stories about Josh. I played for the same rugby club that Josh has always played for. I'm not going to tell the story here.
No stories.
But even at under 10 level, he was a fucking savage.
Sounds like you're
Bad
censoring on Uncensored.
Well, it's not fair, but you know, Josh has had, and it's what Steve said. Josh has got a bit more of a killer instinct than Jack has. Like I think.
Oh mate, Steve every fucking time talks. He's like sparring with Josh. He's like, even if you beat him, he's like, you don't. He's like, it's like Muay Thai. He's like, you might win, but you don't fucking win. He's like, you walk away going, what the fuck was that?
I love sparring with Steve.
But yeah, he does. I mean,
Steve's another one that took us under his wing. Like Ben introduced us to Steve. I remember we did Ross Pearson did a seminar here ages ago, and I was partnered up with Steve. I couldn't fight. That was like my first week.
You've only just been here, yeah.
And then did some shit to Steve. Fucked me up. And then and then Ben introduced us to Steve later on and was like, do some stuff with Steve. And then Steve fully took us under his wing and was like, come down to the gym, and we just allowed us to spar with him and his boys, and Steve was good. He's one of the good guys.
yeah, those fucking Saturday sparring days are turning quite legendary.
Steve just picks out he wants good training partners. He's in the same boat, you know. He's top of the pile, and although he's got good sparring, you know, for him to get pushed, he has to sometimes bring people in. You know, he wants to get the cream of the crop.
Well, that's what he's always said about that. Josh is just always so fucking willing. He's like, you get some guys that are fucking 6'3" and can, you know, great amateur boxers, but their shoulders sore today, or they're, you know what I mean? Like he's
that
like,
last hard round, they don't want to do it.
and he says you're just fucking always ready. He's like, and I always thought it I'm always on the theatrical side of the MMA. Like I like the fucking show a little bit more because I can watch two of the best fighters fight, but if I'm not interested in the why, it doesn't get my money. You know, I watch it, but it doesn't get my money.
Yeah.
So when I fucking did that first ring announcing one, and you walk out to the ring, no shirt on. Fucking, I don't know if it was gang signs, I don't know what it was, but you were just throwing your hands up, and like, what? And you jumped, I was like, is it a gang? What's that Grim Reaper? What? And then you jumped in there, and you're like, I'm the King Perth, fuck everyone. I was like, Josh Della's my favourite fighter of all time.
What was that WSC?
WSC crew. Waterford Social Club, what's up?
But I was just like, this guy, this is my guy, 100%. And because everyone else obviously walked out normal, I was like, this guy's got something. There's fucking something about
And
it.
I think that something was what we were missing with Curry.
Yeah,
You went into that fight a little bit more subdued.
Nice.
You had your shirt on. That's the fucking thing.
With Ellen, I remember at the weigh-ins, you were fucking shadow throwing elbows in his face.
That too, that was the one where I was like, this motherfucker.
I was nervous, I did that, and then I was like, why the fuck? You leave me that, I was nervous as fuck.
Why did you do that?
Yeah,
Oh, that's like when I knew even after the Curry fight, I could tell you were like when I came over to you. I didn't even have the mic. I was like, bro. I was like, it's here if you want it. If you don't want it, it's like it's cool. And there's a bit of you that was almost like, I feel like I want to do it. you're like, nah.
I'm the principal.
Yeah, like, fuck you, fuck everyone. But you've just got that, and I personally think, in my very uneducated opinion, I think when you're ready and those record and everything lines up, You'll be a fucking superstar because you got that it factor.
Oh, well, you got the Mitchell
Cells-
Tinley blessing.
The sales
The
tickets.
ticket approval.
I tell you what, like, and even
Hotline to Dana White.
even when we go to Steve, like Steve's funny, but he's not. He's very like even in his post-fight interviews and stuff, he's just kind of like he's like a dork, but he's funny and he doesn't give a fuck. But you had this like edge, and I was like, man, this guy. I was like, and you could see it in your fighting, and then obviously in your heart when you fucking was fighting Curry and the ring was fucking.
Well, man, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the blood. The first time I knew you were bleeding was his elbow came up, and he must have just opened it up, and there was red on his eye. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, we were
we were
this.
blindsided to that beating.
There was that.
I think it was right in front of mum and dad and the whole crew. My head was just
Bounce.
I tell you what though, because like watching I was not sure, and obviously I'm the first one by the judges. I'm the first one that gets to read the result. I've
The
never
judges
been
wouldn't
happy.
know, apart from the one.
The one, it's
Yeah.
me and that judge. I went, are you sure? I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I thought you won it, but I was like, if it went either way, it went either way. And I literally went back and went, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I showed her again, I was like, are you sure? Because I was like, if I fucking read out, he won, and you tell me he didn't. I was like,
Actually,
That's actually happened in a fight. I was at a
it's my
boxing.
biggest fear. My biggest fear.
I was at a boxing fight in the MMA Manchester Evening News Arena. It was It was a while ago. Michael Bodie against this Chinese fella, and they called it as a loss for Bodie, and it was like his retirement fight. And we were at the front, and the bottles were coming in from the crowd. And then backstage afterwards, they realised they'd added the scores up wrong, and it was actually a draw. But this riot had fucking ensued, and then they had to reenact. But yeah, there was fucking bottles flying and everything.
Because it wouldn't even be, like, basically, if no one knows, they give me a piece of paper that literally says winner, last name, the colour of the corner circled, and how. So it's not like I have to figure it out. But I'm the one that says it, so if I get it wrong, everyone's like, that motherfucker! Like, so that was always the big... And Bruce Butler's done it, even at, like, the biggest level. And you're just like, man...
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because you lose... It's not... I'm not worried about being embarrassed. I'm worried about you losing, like, your moment. You know what I mean? Like, you work hard for this victory, and it's like, you lost. Oh, no, wait, you won. So everyone's like, oh, wait,
Yeah.
and so, oh, cool. Alright, cool. And it's the same with, I always told Ben about ring announcing. Like, getting, like this guy fighting out of this corner. If I'm like, oh, no, wait, it's Josh Della! It's like, it kills that whole vibe, and now you're like, you lose a fight, it's my fault. Well, then you come find me, fuck me up, like... That's my fear. That's my big fear. But like that's from
Right.
mine.
Let's look to your next fight then. What do
Yeah.
How you feeling about
Ropati. You can have a
Right,
Ropati.
this is going to be a good one, I reckon. It's going to be a good smash. I like, I'm stoked that I'm fighting a striker. I feel like it's the first time I've fought a striker or something.
What about Matthew Killer Williams? Wasn't he a striker?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It's the first time I'm fighting a quality striker with some power. He throws some bombs. I like it. It should be a good scrap.
And he'll be a little bit frustrated after that Glenn Sparta fight.
Yeah, exactly. He'll be coming out with the bench. I think he's got 2 losses in a row now. So
Shane Mitchell is legit too. Like,
Yeah.
He's up there as one of the best.
it'll be a good scrap, I reckon.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to find out where you are in the pecking order.
Yeah,
in this
sure.
fight. I mean, for me as your coach and manager, it's a big step up. Like, he's a different class to everyone you fought so far, but it's a step that I think you're more than capable of taking, otherwise I wouldn't have done it.
But that's the thing, like you said, like it's only a couple of fights and you're already getting these high quality guys. Right now, people might be like, oh, what's he doing fighting him? After the fight, you win, and then they're like, oh shit, who's he gonna fight next? You know, they quickly forget.
Yeah.
Like that, oh, what's he doing in there? All of a sudden they're like, oh shit, he won. And that's the quickest way to answer all those fucking questions is to throw down and win.
Yeah, see what's up.
Do you know Ropati at all? Is there any?
Nah, I've never met him. I've seen some of his fights and then heard of him. When Ben came to me with the name, I was like, fuck, that's a good one because I have seen him and been like, fuck, he's a powerful dude and throws some good shots. And I like his style, so I feel like it'll be a good fight for the viewer. So I'm excited to get in there and see what I can do against him.
And it's 3-5 because we Eternal doesn't do the old 5-5.
It's not tight, right?
Hey, I've always people ask me. Someone legitimately asked me the other day, was it 5-5s? And I was just
No, we don't. I don't believe that.
Can you imagine all that?
At the level that the financially these guys aren't getting enough money to fight five minute rounds.
The term.
$2.50.
You have to do a raffle. They do a raffle while you fight. That's how much money.
How much money do you think we should pay?
How many pro fights we got? 3, 4.
I think it's three pro fights. Yeah, eight amateurs. We lost a couple of fights.
And you're cornering 27 fights.
I got 8.
How do you go with that? Obviously, all your teammates fighting like
So
literally
I'll have Jack there as well. Like Jack will help me out, and then there's heaps of boys fighting as well. I'm stoked. I get excited when I get to take like all our boys here to other gyms to do sparring. I get excited when we get to go to Steve's and I get to take like, a couple of the boys. I'm like, yes, like got the boys coming down. Yeah, I enjoy it. Like we've got some solid guys here, and I get excited when other gyms get to see what we're doing and like what we've created.
Funny you said that. Steve actually said that today. That Isan, he said last week he was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "What the fuck was that?" And he goes, "This." And he goes, "This week." He goes, "No, new guy rocked up.
Yeah.
He was fucking amazing." And he's like,
His son's like that. Like he can switch it on and just like go hard.
He's a millimetre away from being a fucking.
And Kills, and that's actually why I asked you that question about the record, obviously, because his record does not reflect.
Yeah, he's
how
one of those
good
ones
he
that's like, fuck, how does his
But
record?
you know,
been?
only one of those fights really was a legitimate like.
Yeah, the rest
loss.
was like
The rest,
split.
yeah, all split decisions
And a draw.
That was
and a
hard
draw.
draws. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, he didn't lose. I'm the most pessimistic and the most.
Well, you can always generally tell if the
Yeah.
corner that gets a draw is upset, the other one's kind of like a bit excited.
Is-
You can
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
see what's
Here's Prince
happening.
Perth.
Prince of Perth.
Prince of Perth, is that? I don't know. Do we tell him?
Jack
Does
the
he
Moors.
know?
Yeah, we'll give him a shout. When he walks past, he'll look in and I'll.
Does he know he's the Prince of Perth? You let him know.
Oh, yeah, we
Oh,
let him know.
don't tell him, guys.
We let him know all the time. Don't worry about that. He knows. He's Prince Harry and Prince William.
Well,
That's Charles.
speaking of King Perth, Queen of Perth, and now you're gonna have a little,
Yes.
little actual prince.
Prince or
An
princess.
actual prince.
How's that affecting?
I'm going princess.
I'm just hoping it comes after the fight. I hope it doesn't pop up on the night of the fight.
On the fight.
Yeah, that'll kill me, but we'll see how we go.
Is Bridget going to come to the fight?
No, I don't think she is.
It's a bit too far gone.
Yeah.
We don't
Especially
want
with
the
our,
first eternal baby.
our rowdy.
We actually had.
That'll be less blood than fucking last time. He hasn't really.
We had a fighter in the MMA clinic in London who come in, Big Red.
Howdy.
Hi, sir. Big Red.
How's things?
Pull up a pew, mate, over there next to your bro.
Bloody Jacko.
Been happening.
Just been talking shit.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Talking about you, mate.
Yeah, we actually are.
Good stuff.
Always. Nah.
Oh my god, he's wrecking the joint.
Yeah,
How's it alright?
there we go.
So there was a fella called Darren Stewart who's now in the UFC who he was having a fight in, I think it was Cage Rose fight. It was an important fight for him, and his missus was pregnant, and he literally she went into labour the night before the fight, or like a few hours before. So he's literally gone from the dressing room to the hospital. Baby was born. Back to the arena. 4-1.
Oh, shit.
That's really
I know, like, what I want is
That's
you to
respect,
win,
yeah.
right? And then when they give me the judge's scorecard, they're like, oh, Josh, this baby also was just born then.
You have to call him Brandon.
Oh, shit. Obviously, anyone watching Jack Della walk in, weirdly named the Prince. I don't think that's how royalty works. Prince of Perth.
Prince William and Prince Harry. He's the troublesome younger royal in the.
Sure, there's some like the Duchess. We'll give you some.
You can't be the Duchess, surely.
Yeah.
So we were saying, how's this baby going to affect your?
fighting, yeah.
I mean, it's lucky, I think, for me. This is why I always strategize. I know the baby's coming. I know what it was like having recently had a baby.
You want soft?
No, not that he's going to go soft. I think, if anything, it will inspire him to greater things. Because,
Fighting for my baby.
well, you know what? When you fucking get in a bad spot and you start thinking about your loved ones and a kid, everyone out there that's got a kid will understand. Like the fucking emotion that it gets in you is unreal. But the first 3 months, he's not going to get any sleep. Neither's Jack, because he lives down the corridor. So,
Jack's having a baby too.
this is perfect timing. I mean, you've done it well, mate. Well timed. Because after this fight, the rest of the year will be off.
Yeah.
So hopefully, by the time the next show rolls around, they're into routine and he's ready to go. But we'll be flexible. You know, if you need 6 months, if you need, you know, as long as he's still
As long
training.
as I can still do rounds for Jack, like he's got that fight coming up. So.
Oh yeah, we can announce it. That's
Hold the baby.
Don't hit my baby.
Bro, I grew up in
Like,
Darwin. I've seen that shit happen. Hold my baby.
Just hold it in front of you. It's like a hostage situation.
Yeah, well, obviously Jack Della's in the room.
So,
good
Jack-
news.
What's he
You can
doing?
announce your
Have a
fight.
baby as well.
Going up north. No, I'm going to UK to fight Cage Warriors.
And if no one knows, Cage Warriors is obviously Conor McGregor fought there.
Dan Hardy, Bisping, Ross Pearson, all the UK sort of greats. Joe Duffy,
Chris Fishgold, we were talking about him last week.
Fishbowl, yeah.
Absolute. It's definitely up there. I would say Bellator level to me when I was.
It's-
I think it is on the European
It's
side.
the
but
biggest show outside of North America at the moment.
Yeah, it is absolute quality. So tell us about the fight. What's happening?
Yeah, so I'm fighting a bloke called James Duckett.
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 That could be more
Yeah,
European.
James Duckett from Manchester.
Yeah. And it's in like big stadium.
Echo Arena, Liverpool.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, is it on the Fishgold card?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
on, yeah.
Like
it's about 10,000
Oh,
capacity.
fuck.
Liverpool.
How do we buy that?
Hey, Fight Pass. UFC Fight Pass.
Definitely gonna get that. Yeah, you pumped?
Yeah, I'm just getting
You're first
ready,
up as well. Boom,
Yeah,
get it
first
done.
up. Oh, yeah?
Watch some fights.
Exactly what Josh was saying. What are we doing?
Yeah, so that's what you were talking about. You go from main eventing cards, you take the next step up and you sort of...
You win 2 fucking belts, and then
You're down the bottom.
And then you're back to the bottom.
if anyone's out there
I
going,
like it.
like-
It works good.
yeah, that's.
Get it over and done with and watch it.
So,
Enjoy it.
Josh, how do you feel that Ben has obviously put all his eggs in Jack's basket?
I cry myself to sleep every night. It's so low.
I mean, main event's great, but we're Cage Warriors. What's
No, I'm super excited for Jack. He deserves it. He's the hardest worker in the gym, and I think he deserves it more than anyone.
Josh, I must be honest, is now a contender for that title. Since his last fight, I mean, that's one of the good things that we'll take out of that fight. Other than getting a win in dire circumstances, Josh realised then that his work ethic needs to... When you're talented, it's so easy just to cruise along.
Yeah,
Especially
I
when
know.
you're smashing people. You know you don't.
yeah, man, I get it all the time. Mate. You know,
So yeah, that was what real kick up the arse that and I joke about it, but Josh has actually started running. Like we go running all the time now, so he's focused on his cardio and he's putting the hours in, putting a shift in. And I think this fight, you know, gets Josh to where he wants to be, which is holding the belt in Eternal. And you know, you win this fight, you earn that shot for that title for sure. You know.
I would have liked it to be Darcy, because one of Jack's losses against that Darcy, like I wanted to fight him, but fight another
That's
Mary,
literally the
Polynesian
worst
fella,
fight.
I don't mind.
You fucking beat Jack, and you're like, oh, fuck, now I'm gonna fight Josh.
Shit, everyone.
Like, if you just lose to Jack, Josh will leave you alone, or vice versa. So you beat one of them, like, fuck, the other one's gonna want to fight me. That's the worst. But obviously, we're gonna talk to Izzy, aren't we, after this? And he's the middleweight champ, newly crowned.
Did you watch that fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick.
It
Thoughts?
was a good fighter, yeah, I don't know, like,
How do you see yourself measuring up alongside those two guys?
I reckon I'd spark Darcy, and I reckon...
This is that it I was talking about.
I don't know, he's pretty small, like, he's pretty short, but, probably spark him as well, but we'll see how we go.
How you guys are so similar, but so polar opposites at the same time. Jack would be like, oh, they're great. Just awesome. Fight's gonna happen. Josh was like, let's spark this guy, fuck this guy, fuck it. Drop a gang sign, he's like, King of Perth, I'm out. Shit, that's why. That's why Cage Warriors were like, oh, that guy, King of Perth, yeah, everyone's big over here. Oh, it's Jack. You better steal that exact line when you.
I'm the king of Liverpool.
and then get the fuck out of there as soon as possible. So what's the deal? Is it one fight or do they? Can you say?
Yeah, it's a one fight deal at this point. You know, obviously it's a big thing for them to bring someone from Australia to Liverpool for a fight. So
does that happen? I think it was Ben Moore, Benny Alloway, one of them.
Benny Alloway fought
Benny Alloway.
and Damien Brown's fought Cage Warriors.
But not a lot of Australians have stepped up into
Nah.
Cage Warriors. What is it? Your little connections? I see Jack. How this?
Bit of both. Like, you know, I have the connections, but they're gonna need to know that who they're a quality show. You know, there's no shit fighters on Cage Warriors, so they did a little bit of research into Jack. I sent Graham some of Jack's fights, and he's at the level that they're happy to put him on the show. So it's not a case of I ring the old mate up and fucking voila, there you go. Otherwise, I could do it for anyone. It's like.
So did the old? I mean, we've been talking about it for weeks. Does the record come into it at all? Did they go? You know, the UFC's notorious for saying, "Hey, pad that record."
Yeah, no, Cage Warriors is not as strict as UFC, but obviously. You know, the record plays a part into it, and having Jack just got into having a positive record as opposed to a level record or a losing record made the fight a little bit more attractive.
And all finishes, like all Jack's fights.
Yeah. Well, three wins in a row, all by
body shots.
2 belts. You only have more belts than 5. Like just collecting those belts. That's the thing. You taking those belts over? You taking them out?
There's one missing. I thought Alvin Banks might pop in and fucking.
He did. Yeah, I had a good look at those belts. Oh fuck! So that's. I mean, Josh, how do you feel? Obviously, Cage Warriors is massive. How do you feel with your brother heading over?
Yeah, I'm stoked for him. I think he deserves it, and I'm excited to see what he can do on the international stage.
Are you a little like wishing it was you type thing?
Nah, not at all. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I got to fight. Like, I'm fighting. It doesn't matter where we fight. Like, I'm fighting Brandon Ropati in Perth. Like, it doesn't matter where we're fighting. Like, Brandon Ropati's a name, and it'll be a hard fight. He's a hard fight. Like, it doesn't matter like who.
And there's nothing to say that his next fight could be on Cage Warriors.
Yeah.
I'll take both of them. It depends. Like, you've got to keep winning. You've got to win your next fight.
Yeah,
And worry about everything else.
Exactly.
Can you take ring announcers? Just.
Not shit one.
I'm just asking.
You can be one of those who hold the belt.
I'll take you can be the Beaver.
No, you know what's funny though? You probably have to take Jack 'cause he's the only one that probably doesn't have a criminal record. So, he's the only one that fucking get out of the country.
I'm lucky I'm from there.
This question's like right for you guys. What made you guys get into it? I mean, you did rugby and whatnot, but what made you get into MMA?
Always just like.
Man, we used to love wrestling. Me and Jack were obsessed with like WWE wrestling. It sounds fucking stupid. I know Ben's gonna be like, what he's talking about. Me and Jack used to like every opportunity we got, we'd be wrestling. And when we came to do MMA, it was like, oh yeah, I've done this before, and Jack like a million times, and it was just like suited. Like I don't know, we just like fell into it. I remember when we were younger, me and Jack, I used to hold this like tackle bag for Jack and just like make him fight. I put one glove on, I'd be trying to hit Jack and Jack would be trying to crack his bag. Like we just taught each other how to fight. And then when we came here, it was sort of like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing.
And who started it? Was it you who said, fuck, let's go to a gym, or was it you?
We went to Thailand and then we like did some, like we did a PT of Muay Thai.
You did the Muay Thai, like the...
No, I don't usually like, so I don't know. Just like some guy at the hotel was, I'm a Muay Thai guy. Every Thai can hold pads, you know, like, and we just did some Muay Thai. And we're like, fuck, this is sick. Looked around, went to our Muay Thai gym, like I don't know where it was, in Perth, and we were just like, fuck, this is a bit gay. Like, go to the next gym. Then I don't know. We rocked up here, and Ben took us under his wing, and here we are.
I did your intro, didn't I?
Yeah, you did the intro. What are you guys doing? We're doing arm bars on each other, like punching each other.
I was like,
man,
cannabis. I was like, I'm gonna enjoy this.
I've done this on UFC PlayStation. I know what I'm doing.
I'll tell you what, when I first fucking started those like tutorials on the UFC game, it fucking taught me so much to learn about. I was like, side control, okay, cool, we learn everything. It's fucking mainly that. But that's the thing. You guys obviously started at the same time. You're seeing each other grow. Do you talk about MMA when you get home, or is it just
draw it at the door? Like
Jack
what?
doesn't speak, mate. What are you talking
We don't speak at home, eh? No, we do. We talk about fights
We
and
watch
whatnot.
fights.
We watch fights. We talk about fights a fair bit, obviously.
I fucking all I do is like I'm here all day and then I go home and fucking on the fucking phone looking at fights and my missus is like, you just fucking
They're pretty sick of me talking about
Yeah, you can
fights.
tell when you go through your fucking newsfeed, you're like, everyone's getting knocked out.
Yeah.
You're like, what am I? Yeah, I like all this shit. It's just
I
always
love-
fights.
I love fighting. Like, I could watch fucking go on YouTube all day. Just you go down and it's like, oh, I'm watching fucking Ricky Hatton fight for the body shots, and then I see an opponent of his, and I'm like, oh, fucking watch this dude. YouTube's so good, you can just get lost in it. Especially when we're on trips, like when we go away sometimes.
Oh, I know you've been like.
Not
Hey, that's the other podcast you do, fella.
Yes.
Get Cal Ferris on.
That's cool. I'm down for that. What else? But that's. I just find that interesting that you guys obviously. If you go, fuck, I don't want to go to training today. Does Jack drag you to training, or how does that?
No, we have a lot on running dispute here because they don't carpool. Their carbon footprint is fucking disgraceful.
That is pretty bad.
Especially
I come straight from work, so it doesn't like Jack can go home and like relax, do what he's doing.
Do what I do.
I have to come straight from work and then to train, but
how's the king doing more work than the prince, mate?
that's how it goes.
Because the prince is about 17. He's fucking finishing his
The king's
school.
about to have a baby. He's got
I'll
responsibility.
get some money to go up on a baby.
Shit. And then, so you guys don't carpool, is it because you don't want to talk to each other if one of you
I
beats
could
the fuck out of each other?
We'll probably get into a fight when we're driving home and someone gives us the finger. I don't know. We don't carpool because it just doesn't work to like from work.
But people don't get that, like, the thing that annoys you with the training part is not like, oh, that left hook you got me with. It's like the elbow that you deliberately drove into their fucking eyebrow. So it's like those little ones that fucking...
Jack's headbutted me once before, right? I think we were sparring and we had headgear on and Jack's throwing the old headbutt. I don't know if it was out of frustration or a joke.
He's a bit of an animal like that. I'm the quiet, you know.
This is a question I asked Ben ages ago, but you guys obviously started your careers 0-2 and 0-1 with your parents, watching most of those fights.
Mate,
What did they think of this? What did they think of this fucker? Like,
I was so embarrassed. I was like, what? They must think I'm a fucking idiot.
yeah, no amateurs. Here you go, guys. Have some fucking pro fights.
Oh, yeah.
Frozen, yeah.
Oh yeah, Tony, your boy's fighting probably the best middleweight in Australia.
I don't think Dad really realised who I was fighting though. Like Dad just thought we were going to Tasmania to compete in some like I don't know.
It was off. Is that they were off at a museum earlier today, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
Look at the Mona Museum.
That's fucking. But
We'll just cruise.
it's great. Like when one of them, the Dellas, goes to war, they all go to war. You know?
Dad's
It's great.
super supportive. Like Dad obviously like isn't a fighter, doesn't know fights. Like watches fights with us now, but
He
like
trains with me on a Saturday morning. He's very aggressive.
That's some boxing.
He fucking tries to take me head off.
But yeah, Dad's super supportive. Whatever we want to do, like he's obsessed with our rugby, as I said. But so fights are
He
sort of
doesn't quite share the same passion for the
Yeah,
fight.
it doesn't. And he wants us to go back and play rugby, and we do sometimes just to entertain him. But
Jack, the last game, Jack got me in trouble. He didn't turn up. His dad ended up coming to watch me.
I was saying, do you guys still keep up with the rugby, or obviously hard to
I play
train?
every so often.
I don't let them play if they've got fights coming up because it's so easy to get hurt. But we've played a couple of times. I played with Josh this season, and Jack's played a couple of games this season. It's fun, isn't it? Just to get out there and do something different.
Don't beat me up, a league or union?
Union.
Okay, yeah, mate. So all the fucking union guys do? Oh, fucking union.
They're always like, union, mate, it's a fucking real sport.
Every time I'm like, it's so similar. It's the difference between like fucking kickboxing and Muay Thai.
it's
So
not though,
similar.
like that just shows that you don't have any idea about rugby. It's so similar.
It's so similar.
It's a completely different thing.
League is just running
Mate,
someone.
Same fucking ball, you got same sticks. Change the sticks. If you change it, if it was a fucking triangle, they're like, oh, that's a different sport. I don't know how that's going. Same field, you guys are lazy, get your own fucking field. Alright? What is this shit?
Oh, mate.
Rugby podcast. How was that?
Stick to your fucking silly, kick the ball and fucking pop it around like this, and no one can pick it up on the fucking ground.
You mean the one that has like 90,000 people watch it?
Gay FL.
Gay FM. Oh, I don't get talking about the gays this time, I bet.
Oh, no.
I can get another dislike. We got a dislike on YouTube. And hey, I think it's because Ben went on a little gay tirade. He doesn't like him. So
He said vote no.
He said yes.
Oh yes, people.
I was like, vote yes, married, who cares? And Ben's like, nah, fuck them. And then we got a dislike. Word for word. Look, don't go back and listen to it. Just he said fuck them and dislike. It was
Last
weird.
thing I wanted to do.
I don't know, and he was all like, don't
Too
come
much
to
of
that.
that going on.
Yeah, he was like, don't come to MMA Clinic, fucking kick ass. It was weird. It was a weird podcast. I don't know why they were saying that. But another thing I want to ask about, obviously in Perth, obviously you find it hard to train with different people, same with you, because there's not a lot of people that want to train with you two, especially at a certain level. Do you like going to other gyms? Is that something you enjoy, or would you rather everyone be at an MMA clinic, or how's?
I like our little crew.
Yeah, I like our crew, but I enjoy like going and doing different shit with different people. Like, I feel like that's how you grow. Like, me and Jack can have all the rounds in the world. Like, we learn different. Like, we do the same thing with each other. Going and taking what we've done together, and then doing it with like other people. You learn new shit, and you learn that you can use different things. Like, we all, like Marcus as well. Going up to Marcus's gym next gen. That's been a huge upped my game hugely, like doing stuff with Marcus, like leg locks and everything that he's got to offer.
Different wizard, isn't he? It's weird when you get
and it just like opens your mind. Like, it's not like he'll teach you some crazy technique. You're like, fuck, this is gonna chap everyone. It's just like opening your mind to using different techniques, and then like they obviously flow into different everything.
Or when you're in like open guard, someone knows leg locks, and then all of a sudden they got your leg, and you're like, wait, you can't do that.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
With ages here, everyone was still doing jiu-jitsu, and I was like, well, you can't do leg locks, you're a white belt. But it's like, fuck, we're not doing it for jiu-jitsu, we're doing it for MMA. Someone's going to take your leg off if you don't know what you're doing.
I think it's important for you guys as well because you know each other's game, so you kind of know what's going to happen, what's coming. Whereas you go to somewhere else and that, you'll find like you roll with the same person. They could be an absolute beast, but you roll with that person all the time. You know where the traps are, you know where the tricks are, and then you go to someone else who might not be as good at jiu-jitsu, but their game's completely different. Yeah. And that's what happens when you fight. Is like you don't know the person's game that you're getting into, so you need as much.
Do you like doing your own training, then obviously coming back with a new technique and trying to catch him, or is like do you guys always follow each other to whatever place you go to?
I don't know, no, I mean, we don't always train together. Like, we do, like, sometimes I go with Marcus, just me, and then I will come back and try and use it on Jack. Probably won't work, but I'll give it a crack. I'll give it a crack and then try and teach him. And then it's like, Jack will teach me something, I'll teach him, and then chuck it all together and try and use it.
Oh, shit.
Well, it's been lovely, but you've got training to do. Last
you're going to go for another run.
Last for a week before the chill out week for the fight.
I mean, you gotta fucking sell those tickets for Eternal. Jack, you're fine. Just fucking chill, you get on your plane, first class, fly over. Alright, if you want to check out Josh Della's fights, you can buy tickets.
Yeah, EternalMMA.com, tickets online, or hit Josh up, or any of the fighters up for the show. I actually have about 7 tickets left. That's it.
7.
Seated. There's standing room, but tickets wise for seats, they are at a premium now. I do have some to collect because we lost the fight, unfortunately, so I'll get another 20 back. So I've probably got about 30 tickets with 2 weeks still to go.
I sold 2 last night. Someone knew I was ringing out thinking they bought it just to watch me.
Right, mate.
No, I'm fucking, that's not mine. I'll show you the fucking messages.
Mitch, have a day off.
Mate, never.
Go Mitch! Go Mitch!
Yes.
Yeah, so
really like he did that.
Hey, this is sales. So there's about 30 tickets left.
Oh, yeah?
Cool. To Perth's #1 MMA show.
Yeah, and if Josh wins,
and it's not Metro City.
You'll have a cool Perth, King of Perth speech rolled out. And if you want to watch the Cage Warriors, what number Cage Warriors are we up to?
I think it's 88 or something like that.
88. I mean, you can get go get a free trial on UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, you can watch it.
And then cancel it. So just watch the fight and cancel it. That's what I'm going to do. Alright, I think we're going to chat to fucking Izzy after this, and I'll figure that shit out. But I'll say Josh says hello and wants his belt. Alright, thanks guys. Have fun training.
Eternal MMA Uncensored.